All right, I got something kind of interesting here. I've got two spark plugs. One of them, this one here, is the type of spark plug I've been running. It's a resistor plug. I've been running it just because it's supposed to cut down on electrical noise and stuff. I originally started running it just to kind of troubleshooting, and just kept running this plug. This is your regular type V power plug, the R5671A-10. Both of them are number 10 plugs. But I want you to watch the difference between them. Now, I cut the ground strap off of it just to give it a little extra resistance for the spark to jump. So watch this one. This is the resistor plug. That's all the way up to 7,300 RPM. Also, this resistor plug, it gets very hot. The whole thing gets hot enough that you can't hardly touch it. Now this plug, the non-resistor, you can run it for 10 minutes and it won't get hot. But watch the spark on it. Look at that. Look at that spark there. That is pretty impressive. I'm noticing it looks a little different in the camera than it does me looking at it. Me looking at it, it's like almost a perfect spark 360 degrees around. The video shows it is kind of moving some, but that's not what you see when you look at it. But it's noticeably louder. The spark is brighter. I mean, even down low, that's 200 RPM. It just looks so good compared to that resistor plug. And now I can touch it. It's got no temperature to it. This one is still pretty hot to touch. So these resistor plugs eat up a ton of spark power. That amount of time shows it that it is sucking the power away from it. I mean, look, just that don't even look like hardly anything. There's no comparison. All the way up to 7,400 RPM. Really nothing worth looking at. And I've been running these plugs for a pretty good while, even with my Hemi. And I noticed that at low power level, everything looks good. But if I start making boost, my RPM curves look like crap. Now the Hemi, it still made good power, still ran good, but it never looked good at higher power levels. Same thing I'm running to with this LS. If I make 15 pounds of boost, you know, it'll run through there 490s, possibly 480s if I leave harder and the RPM curve looks good. I go 25 pounds of boost and my RPM curve looks like crap again and the car barely picks up any. So I'm kind of leaning towards this is my problem. I think under load, these resistor plugs can't fire it. But it's pretty interesting seeing it on here because this is day and night difference. I mean, that's so weak sounding. Like I said, this thing will be hot too. So it is eating up power. If it's got heat in it, that means that's power. That is power being absorbed by that plug. That plug there just looks like a beast. So tomorrow night my plans are to put a good set of plugs in there, non-resistor, and go try it out. But that plug looks amazing. Anyway, that's all I found so far.